Hello, Kingdom People, and welcome to Kingdom People TV. I'm your host, Latricia Booker, and I'm just stopping by to tell you that they died out and did not make it into the promised land. They died out and did not make it into the promised land. Now, who am I talking about, Kingdom People? I'm talking about, for the most part, some elders. Some elders possibly in your bloodline, and maybe just some elders that you know, that you're aware of. And the way that you can identify these elders is these are the ones that attack you. These are the ones that you have noticed that they're jealous of you. They're always coming for you. You know that they've tried to sabotage you, block you, stop you. They don't want you to be who God called you to be. They don't want you to walk in your purpose. They don't want you to make it into the promised land. And the reason is, Kingdom People, because they themselves died out right outside of the promised land. They didn't make it in. They died out. And they died out precisely for the same reason the children of Israel, the elders, did. Murmuring, complaining, not trusting God, not being faithful, not giving themselves over to idol gods, not just being obedient to what God was doing and what he was telling them to do. So they just didn't have the faith. They just didn't have the stamina. They didn't make it, but the youth did. And as we know, or if maybe you don't know, and if you read Numbers chapter 26, and specifically 61 through 65, kind of goes into what happened and how the elders did not make it into the promised land, but Joshua ended up taking over. Joshua and Caleb were a couple that were left, among others. They were the older ones, but there were some younger ones as well. And so Joshua led the rest into the promised land. And the elders died out. And they died out because they just was a problem. They wasn't trusting God. They was disobedient. They was complaining. They just didn't have the faith. That's what it all come down to. And so it's the same thing with elders that and those elders in your bloodline that they try to want to tamper with your progress. They're trying to tamper with your destiny. They don't want to see you make it in. They don't want to see you do what God telling you to do. They see that anointing on you, and they're trying to keep you from utilizing it. They're trying to keep you from getting to where God is taking you. And again, it's because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't make it. They died out. I'm just keep hearing stamina. They didn't have the stamina. And even when you don't have stamina, God will give you what you need. As we know, God gave them manna while they were in the wilderness. He gave them the food they need. So if he gave them the food they need, he'd give them whatever else they need. And then they clothes not wear, they clothes were still good. They did not wear, like wear and tear, how they start getting raggedy. Their clothes didn't do that. And so, again, God would give you what you need. And I'm sure he was giving them stamina, but they were so disobedient and complaining and murmuring, they lost that stamina. They ain't have it. They stripped themselves of it, and they end up dying out in the wilderness. And so they see you making it into the promised land. They see you going forth. They seeing no matter how hard or how tough it is, how much attacks you get, how many obstacles, some of them attacks, many of them attacks coming directly from them, you won't stop. You going where God telling you to go. You're going to do what God telling you to do. Therefore, they know you're going to make it into that promised land, Kingdom People. And here's the thing. Again, the reason why they hating on you, they jealous of you, and they trying to stop and block you and all that is because they themselves did not make it into the promised land. They died outside of the promised land. And they do know that it's because they didn't do what they were supposed to. They know why. And I just want to specify that it's not every elder. It's not every elder in your bloodline. Obviously, you know the ones that have come for you. In fact, I just want to say this too. Some elders in your bloodline, ancestors, whether you know them or not, made the way for you. While there were others that tapped into dark things and they were disobedient, that caused a problem, caused a curse to run through your bloodline. But the good thing is, Kingdom People, is you are the bloodline curse breaker. You are the generational curse breaker. You are breaking a curse so that Anyone in your generation who wants to be free can be free, along with the bloodlines following behind you, along with the generations following behind you. They died out and they did not make it into the promised land. So Kingdom people, if you would like to see this full version of this video, you're going to find that link right down below in the description box. And make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you all next time. Bye.